Hi guys. So I thought we'd do something a little bit different today. I'm going to choose some, I'm not very good with pattern papers, as you guys know. So I have dragged some pattern paper out that is two-sided, and I'm going to make one card using one side and then doing the second card using the other side of the pattern paper. And I'm actually going to use almost all of the colours or patterns in the set. So what it is ignore that. Oh no, this is an old Stampin' Up DSP. It's from I don't know what year, a few years ago, and it's called the Pop of Pink Speciality Designer Series paper. This was from a long time ago, and it's actually a 12 by 12, and I cut it down to 6 by 6 because that's kind of what I use mostly, although I'm getting back into 12 by 12. So I've just cut them all down, but they are, let me just find somewhere to put that. They are two-sided, so there's a black and white side which has these 5 patterns, and then on the reverse this is Melon Mambo, and there's some heart patterns and some triangles, some dots, stripes, that sort of thing. If I just show you this side as well, again, little crosses, little dots, diamond type squares, what's this called, chevron, and then like a fat stripe, which I love. So all I've done is I've taken my 6 by 6 and I've just cut 1-inch strips out of each of these. So I've done it twice so that I get one side like this and one side like this. So hopefully that makes sense. And I cut one of each, so there's 5 here. So I actually have 10 strips in total, but I have 5 that I'll use this side, 5 that I'll use that side. I then also, the specialty part of this pack is these two. So there's the larger dots and then the sort of like confetti kind of thing in like a gold foil. So I'm going to, as you can see, I've cut 2 circles out of that just to incorporate that in, because I wanted to use all of the paper in here. I mean, not all the paper, but all of the different patterns and textures and stuff. So that's where the specialty bit comes in for me. So that's what I did there. I did have these extra strips that I'd cut, so I had a different idea to start with, and I'm not going to use those. So the first thing I think is to bring in what I'm going to do. Actually, let me show you the rest of what I've cut out. So I cut out the specialty papers in this is using spellbinder dies. So these, again, I've had these for many years, but I used, this is the large and this is the small scalloped and circle dies. I've used the small ones, and I've used the largest of the small set of both the round and the scalloped, if that makes sense. So the scalloped I've cut in Melon Mambo, and the largest of the round, you know, the smooth edge circles, I've cut out of the specialty bits, papers. So I've got those. I don't know where to put everything. The card bases are going to be, it's kind of a big card for me, but they are 5.5 by 5.5. So you start with a piece that is 11 by 5.5, and then score at 5.5, and it gives you a nice square card. So I've got 2 of those, since we're making 2 cards. And then the little guys that are going to go on the card, and then we'll get to what I want to do here, are from Cricut. So this is the squirrel, this is the cow, unless you didn't know that already. And I cut a whole bunch of these out at once. I spent a Saturday or whatever day it was, and I just cut them all out at 2 3/4 or 2.75, depending on which machine you've got. And I just cut a whole bunch of different characters. So I actually just looked through the ones that I already had, and I just grabbed them and went, right, actually they're pink, so they'll work with, not the same pink, but it'll work with what I've got going on. So I'm on this Cricut buzz, in case you guys haven't seen. I have a whole playlist of Cricut tutorials, you know, just little Cricut character cards. And I'm actually using My Pink Stampers. This is an old stamp set, My Pink Stampers Punnylicious, and that's actually what inspired all the different Cricut cuts that I've done so far. Well, not all of them, sorry, but from Creative Critter. Is I'm using this stamp set. I've grabbed this and then have started to create the cards based on the character that will go with the punny saying, which I thought was kind of clever on my part, but you know, I did get a bit stuck from time to time. But I have a couple of strips of melamine, these are just scrap pieces. They happen to fit the sentiments, which I've already got here, and some VersaFine Onyx Black ink. Now what we're going to do is, here are the 5 strips in the black and white side. So I'm going to grab a piece of really inexpensive, you could use copy paper, it doesn't matter. And this piece measures, I believe, 5 by 5. Yeah, so 5 by 5 inches square. And this is just super cheap cardstock. I actually got this stuff from Poundland. I think it's 30 sheets for £1. And I just use this for things like my inserts in my die storage, or not my die storage, my stamp storage and stuff like that. So it's super cheap. It doesn't, you're not going to see this, so it doesn't matter. You could use whatever you like, but that's what we're going to use. And all I'm going to do, this is how difficult this gets. Because these are 1 inch wide, that's why this landed up being a bigger card for me, because it just made it easier for me. All I'm going to do is I'm going to get some tape on here, or some adhesive, however you want to do it, and we're just going to lay all of these up against each other to create the background, and then trim the excess off. So I'm going to get the tape stuck on here and do this one with you, and then I will do the other one, which is in the opposite colours. I'll just show you quickly. So these are the... Right, so I have both these pieces now full of sticky, and I decided to do both quickly on screen for you. So what I'm going to do is, the first one is you'll want to line up, if that makes sense. So as much as you can, get it as straight as you can on this edge here. Don't worry about the bits that overhang, because it is actually wider, but just as long as you can get it as straight across that edge. So here we go. And don't get your hand stuck in it either. There you go. So first one's down. I could have left a bit more there, but that's fine. And it's pretty even on that edge there. And then just keep going. So now you're just going to butt them up to the one from before. Let's go this way, it might be a little easier. And you'll feel they'll almost like sit in together, kind of like a puzzle piece. So it's easy once you get going. You'll be fine. This is a good way to use your scraps as well. So if you've just got strips of coloured cardstock, or any kind of, you know, scrap pattern papers, or even just plain colour cardstock, you can do the same thing and you'll get these really pretty patterns. Another thing is, when if you're not sure what to do, you know, like pattern papers are a bit scary for me, but if you're not sure what to do as far as what am I trying to say, as far as like the trying to decide what order to put something in, if you've got plain colour cardstock, think rainbow, or think all cool tones or warm tones, things like that. So let's just see, what did I decide on this one? Yeah, let's just go for it. So same thing again. I'm going to get stuck, I know I am. Lining it up as much as I can. And then I'm just grabbing, like I say, this is the opposite side. Looks worse and sounds worse than it is, I promise. It's really easy. Nearly there. And I have a bit of a pattern going on here, just because, like on this one I had two pieces that were mostly the pink and white, two of them were mostly white and then colour on top, and then one that had a black background. So that's why I've done them in that order, but you can do them any order you like. On this one there were two here that were more of a white, that had the white background. So for me they just made sense to go there rather than next to each other. And as you're putting them together, you'll see that they, when something doesn't look right next to each other, you'll just see it. So what I'll do now is I'll get these trimmed, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to trim up to the edge of the white cardstock, and I'm just going to use a paper trimmer for that because it's the easiest thing. If you've got large scissors you can do that too. So I'm just going to line up on that edge and just trim it off. Like so, and this one's actually overhanging slightly, so I will just trim it slightly. It's ever so slight, so that should be good. Do the same with this one, and you can't see exactly, but basically I'm lining up with the edge of the this thing, guillotine, that's the word. And then this side as well. There we go. My two panels there. Right, so I'm going to bring my card base in. No, I'm not. Not yet. Not yet. So I have these little strips. So I'm just going to stamp each of the sentiments on there. And then we will put this together. Not sure what I'm going to do with them yet, so utterly amazing. I know. It's punny. And nuts about you. Woo-hoo. Right, so those are my 2 centimetre strips. So let's start. Which one? So I'm going to have that like so. So it's going to have a bigger border around it, but that's fine. I think it's fine. It'll be fine. And then I'm thinking this will go somewhere like this. So this is the general idea. So I'm going to get this put down first. I'm going to use some wet adhesive because it's just easier. Yep. So I'm just going to get this stuck on here. Somewhat straight. You know I don't do straights, so. But there we have it. It's on, and the card's going to open this way. Then this little strip, I'm just going to cut these quickly so that they both measure 5 inches. So I'm just going to put them, you can't see this bit, then I'll do them up here. 5 inches, and so they'll be the same width as the pattern pieces. So there'll be that width there, and then I'm going to have this guy over here. Cute. I'm just going to stick it straight down. Why not? You can pop it up if you want. That'll work too. That'll look lovely actually. This on here. Again, somewhat straight. And then I'm going to put this pattern on here. Just centered in there. Ooh. Like so. Here's my little cowl. I think it's so funny. I think I'm going to stick there. No, I'm going to pop it up. I figure if you're going to pop stuff up, you may as well pop it up, right? And then my cow's going to be popped up as well. So, I have that about there, and then I'm just simply going to put this on here. Just on the little thingamabob. Right, so I'm going to do exactly the same thing with the other one, and I'll be back to show you I want to add something here, but I'll show you what that is in a bit. But let me get the other one put together. Right, so there's both of them, and I decided that I kind of wanted to bring more of the gold out, and these are the only gold things I had. So I figured go big or go home, right? So these are gold faceted gems by Stampin' Up. These are again from a while ago, so I'm going to use the smallest ones, and I like things in threes or odd numbers, so I'm going to just put a couple of them along the side here, on each of the cards, and then that should do it. I mean, 2 looks cute, but 3 is just, 3 just works better, I think. So let's get this one as well. And when I'm putting these on, I'm not, oh, this one didn't, the sticky tag came off. Maybe we won't use that one. Oh, they're all a little bit like this. I might have to, they are quite old, so not surprising. If that ever happens, just add a bit of wet, you know, wet adhesive like this on the back of it and it'll be fine. So let's see if I can just get this guy and his glue dot. So there you go. Some very cute, and I managed to use pattern paper. That never happens. You guys never see pattern paper. It's very rare on my channel because I don't know what to do with the stuff. I love it, and I have loads of it, and I hoard it, but I never know what to do with it. And actually these, when I started doing these two, I really wasn't sure how they were going to turn out, and I actually really like them. They're very pink, yes I know this, but they are very, very cute actually. And that's using some pattern papers, and like I say, I used the opposite of the double-sided, so if you've got double-sided pattern papers, this is a good way to use them up. So I think that's turned out pretty cute, and you're utterly amazing, and I'm nuts about you. Okay, that was a bit cheesy, sorry, but there you go guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you like, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more of this nutty stuff from me. And I hope to see you in the next one, guys. Stay safe, I can't talk. Stay strong, and yeah, you're not alone wherever you are in the world. Not just with COVID. You're never alone. See you in the next one, guys. Bye.